the faculty of genius may be cultivated. So the idea that there is this flow, you're in the zone and there's things flowing through you, you can facilitate that. What gets in the way of it? Well, I mean, if you're trying to do something artistic and that sort of thing, it's usually when you get in your head. If you're thinking about things, that part of you thinks that is you. And it's not. It's just one part. And this is one of the reasons that we run into problems with the ego, one of the reasons. But the ego, incidentally, is not a problem per se. It's when things are out of proportion that things are a problem. So when you think that's you, that mathy part of you, it can get in the way. It's like when you were first learning to ride a bike and you were like, I'm doing it, and then you think about what you're doing and it's gone. And you're on your face. If you're riding a bike for years and it's just second nature, you're not thinking about it anymore. It is an extension of your body.
It's also the lust after the result.
There you go, lust of result. Yeah, when you're thinking about it, when you get in your head, when you're lusting after it, you get in the way of it. When it's flowing, that is that genius, let's call it the genius flowing through you. It's your consciousness coming through it. It becomes an extension of your body. If you're driving a car, the first time you're driving it, you have to think about every little thing, check your mirrors, check your blind spots, every little motion. When you have been driving for years, it is an extension of your body. You're not thinking about those things. You are making the car do what you want it to do, and it is an extension of your body. Video games, same thing. You have to think about the controls at first, but once you've been doing it enough, you are the character on the screen. So that's like the consciousness extending out through those things. It is doing the same thing with your body. This is what I would claim. Your body, your physical body right now, is no different from that. It's like your consciousness has been extending out into this body and controlling it since you were born. So you have the illusion, you have a lack of consciousness of it being that same process. And so, hey, maybe you can facilitate this process, particularly when it comes to doing things well. You can, I mean, Crowley uses the example of like golf, where you're getting the perfect kind of like slice or whatever, and making the ball do what you want it to do. Same sort of thing. It's like you have to think about all these things. If you actually had to think of all the mechanics of what your arms are doing in that, then it would be a bit nuts to have to micromanage all of that. But when you really get the knack, he calls it the knack, be in the zone or whatever, the flow state. That's something that he had a big preoccupation with, is the idea of channeling genius. And for him, it was like he was so prolific with writing, with creativity, that it was something he was good at. And so he was very interested in when it wasn't as strong as at other times. So a big part of Thelema we can think of as facilitating the genius, and we kind of take it to the next extreme, because we could think of it just in terms of like the creative act, and we should, I think, because that's really handy. We can be observing the functions of the body and that sort of thing, the functions of the mind. But we also get to the idea that if you really want to understand how to put all these parts of your mind in balance so we can be a better vessel for that genius, we could become a rod that is a hollow tube in which to steal fire from heaven. That could be the genius coming through. And to put ourselves into a balanced state that facilitates that flow, we can think of initiation as that process.